Right now at noon, we are tracking an alert day with more extreme heat and potential storms in the forecast. We'll get the latest from the First Warn weather team. Plus, President Biden announces a new immigration program from undocumented immigrants. This as former President Trump holds a rally in Wisconsin today. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday. I'm Josh Spreiter. We begin with another hot and muggy day in southern Wisconsin as a heat wave moves through the U.S. The conditions could produce storm chances for us, too. First Warn meteorologist Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio with your certified and most accurate forecast. Kelly?
Yeah, we do have the benefit now, at least, of seeing some clouds here in Madison. But I would expect once that sun starts to become more prevalent, it will start to really heat up. But it's another sticky, steamy day. The heat index right now, the current one, at least in Madison, is at 84. But it's 88 already in Janesville. So we got fairly widespread heat across the area, and it feels like 93 currently in Middleton and 92 right now in Verona. So it is another hot, sticky day. We also have the benefit of a southerly wind, at least make it feel a little bit better than what it could be, with winds up there close to 20 miles per hour right now at the airport. As mentioned, we do have some clouds right now. I'm getting a little bit of a break in the clouds. That's why the sun is shining on me, and it really noticeable difference once that sun comes out. Radar 3000 quiet around here. We have had a line that had been trying to develop across northern Iowa, southern Minnesota. That looks like that's going to be staying off to the west. And I think in general, we're looking at quiet weather for most of this afternoon. It really won't be until later tonight we'll have a chance of some showers and storms rolling through, and then a little bit of a break in the high heat and humidity. We'll talk about that coming up. As far as the severe weather potential, mainly to the west, right along the I-35 corridor in Minnesota down into Iowa. That marginal risk does include the La Crosse area, parts of the Coulee region, but most of that staying off to our west. Yeah, it is another steamy, sultry afternoon. Dew point temperatures above 70. You can really feel it. This is when it almost becomes oppressive, especially if you're doing any outdoor activities. Actual temperature getting close to 90 today. Yesterday we got up to 92. Better chances of some showers, maybe a few thunderstorms rolling in later tonight, mainly after midnight. And even though we'll get a break from the high heat tomorrow and Thursday, it's going to remain humid throughout the week. Right now, the official temperature 84 in Madison, also Middleton, 84 right now in Fitchburg. So we're looking at temperatures in the 80s, getting close to 90 with partly sunny skies and that south wind providing at least a little bit of a relief. Talking about a break from the high heat and humidity, that'll be coming in with a cold front. We'll time that out for you coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, Kelly, we will see you then. With another alert day in the forecast, make sure you have the free First Warn weather app on hand. You can find it wherever you get your apps. With the hot weather outside, that means it's even hotter inside your vehicle. At just 70 degrees outside, your car can heat up to 112 degrees in an hour. In 95-degree weather like what we saw or what we could see today, your car can easily reach 138 degrees. Children are especially vulnerable to this heat, so too are pets.
This time of year, people are like, oh, I'm just going to run into the store real quick and just leave my kids watching the iPad in the car. Okay, no, absolutely not. Those cars will heat up so fast. You know, and that goes for our animals too. You know, we can't leave our dogs in the car.
Dr. Harkin says the heat is intensified by the glare from the sun. Remember, if you're in need of a place to cool down, several local pools are open. The Goodman Pool in Madison opens at 1 and closes at 5:45 tonight. There are also 3 free splash parks in Madison at Cypress, Elver, and Rindall Parks. Those operate from 10 in the morning until 8 at night. Open swim at Sun Prairie's Family Aquatic Center runs from 12:30 to 4:30 and then again from 6 to 8. The Monona Community Pool is open from 12:30 to 5:30 and then again from 7 to 9 tonight. And the Oregon Community Pool's open swim is from 1 to 3. In Rock County, the Rockport Pool in Janesville opens at 12:30 and closes at 6:30. Meanwhile, the Kruger Pool in Beloit is still closed until further notice due to a mechanical issue. City staff will give an update to the pool tomorrow at the earliest. To campaign 2024 now, former President Trump is making a stop in Wisconsin this afternoon. News 3 Now's Will Keneally live in Racine leading up to that event. Will?
Hey, Josh. Yeah, so this is the former president's third visit to Wisconsin. Previously, he had swung through Waukesha and Green Bay. Now, his trip comes less than a month before the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. That's where he will formally receive the nomination from the Republican Party for this fall election. It also comes, though, less than a week since his comments calling Milwaukee a horrible city. So that could be something that we could see him address during his speech today. We're also expecting him to touch on failures of the Biden administration during his speech today. Also interesting to note here, so Trump is in Racine today. Biden was in Racine just within the last couple of weeks or months here. A little bit of a juxtaposition. Biden speaking at the site of the former Foxconn plant, kind of the hopes that once were for Wisconsin, especially southeastern Wisconsin here. So we're going to see a little bit of juxtaposition of Trump laying out some issues with the Biden administration, some failing shortcomings there, and then Biden previously laying out some shortcomings of the Trump administration there. All happening as we are expecting the former president to speak here at 3 o'clock, and we'll have full coverage throughout the evening tonight, so stay with us here. Reporting from Racine, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Will, thank you. Meanwhile, President Biden is announcing today a large-scale immigration program that will offer legal status and a streamlined path to U.S. citizenship for roughly 500,000 undocumented immigrants. Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
President Biden's immigration relief program would provide a path to citizenship to about 500,000 unauthorized immigrants who are living in this country and are married to American citizens. They would have to live in the U.S. for at least 10 years and pass a background check. Right now, it can be very difficult for these individuals to get a green card, and it often involves leaving the country for a period of time to do it. Under Biden's plan, those who qualify would be able to apply for permanent residence and would be allowed to stay and work without fear of deportation. The action will particularly benefit DACA recipients or dreamers who were brought to the U.S. as children. This is the president's second major move on immigration this month. 2 weeks ago, he announced sweeping restrictions on migrants seeking asylum at the U.S.-Mexico border.
This ban will remain in place until the number of people trying to enter illegally is reduced to a level that our system can effectively manage.
A senior administration official said the new program is expected to start taking applications by the end of the summer, but the policy is sure to face legal challenges. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
The policy is also expected to benefit an estimated 50,000 immigrant children with a parent who is married to a U.S. citizen, undocumented stepchildren of U.S. citizens who must also leave the country to obtain green cards will be eligible to if they are under the age of 21. Well, the first presidential debate is just 9 days away, and we're learning more about how it will look. Former President Trump and incumbent President Biden will face off on CNN. Sources tell CBS candidates will have 2 minutes to answer questions. When a candidate is answering, the other's microphone will be muted. There will also be no opening statements. There will be two 3.5-minute ad breaks. There is one other televised debate on September 10th. The candidates agreed to these debates in lieu of those organized by the Commission on Presidential Debates. Well, still ahead for us on a Tuesday afternoon, the IRS announcing a new rule to close a tax loophole, plus why the Federal Trade Commission is suing software maker Adobe.
It's time for the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Don't miss your chance to tour 32 newly constructed homes filled with the newest trends and products. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
We're in the middle of
seizing the date.
In the middle of the perfect pairing. And parking it here for the night.
So come get away.
Together. Illinois, the middle of everything.
The Spring Green Art Fair is coming June 29th and 30th to downtown Spring Green. Hundreds of artists from around the nation will be there both days. Don't miss the fun and excitement June 29th and 30th in Spring Green.
Blackberry Smoke. Live in concert. Be Right Here tour. Saturday, July 6th at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster. Don't miss Blackberry Smoke live.
Are you suffering with neck pain, back pain, or sciatica due to disc-related conditions? You may have tried drugs, spinal injections, or physical therapy just to find out it didn't help. You're not alone. The problem is that some of those treatments focus on symptom relief, but may not address the underlying disc problem. As a result of injury or overuse, the discs may bulge, herniate, or degenerate over time. Our therapies are highly successful and reduce pain associated with those conditions and may help you avoid neck or back surgery. At Midwest Spine and Nerve Center, we'll design a treatment program using the latest in pain-relieving therapies, including non-surgical spine decompression, Pro Adjuster 360 computerized technology, laser therapy, and more. Visit our website or call to schedule a complimentary consultation.
TDS Fiber Internet makes our home smarter. Working, playing, living, learning. It's all better with TDS Fiber Internet because it's faster, more reliable. It's award-winning internet served up by friendly local folks. It's what keeps us connected. And isn't that what it's all about? Say hello to internet that hits different. Say hello to TDS.
The IRS has announced a new rule aimed at closing a major tax loophole for wealthy taxpayers. The rule would essentially end partnership basis shifting, which is when a business or person can move assets among a series of related parties to avoid paying taxes. The IRS says ending the loophole could raise more than $50 billion over the next decade. The Federal Trade Commission is accusing software maker Adobe of deceiving customers in a new lawsuit. The FTC claims the maker of Acrobat, Photoshop, and other popular editing tools pushes customers toward pricey subscription plans while hiding early termination fees. Adobe says it is transparent with the terms and conditions of its subscription plans, adding that the company will dispute the allegations in court. And more Americans are phasing out landline phones in favor of cell phones. A newly released CDC survey done in 2023 shows that less than 1 in 4 Americans still have landlines. In fact, 76% of Americans said they are wireless-only households, up from 68% 2 years prior. 22% of adults said they had both a cell phone and a landline at home. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
At the noon hour, here's your stock report. The Dow is down 20 points, NASDAQ up 1 point, and the S&P 500 up 6 points. Our call for action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You can call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call for action. Pam is back watching today's egg prices straight ahead, and Kelly is tracking the extreme heat and storm potential in the first warn forecast. Then later today on Live at 4, Consumer Reports shows the do's and don'ts of picking through a garage sale.
I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco.
Right now at Feldco, get 2 windows for the price of 1.
Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Are you searching for a fresh career? Then join the team at Chalk D Building Systems. We're expanding, now with 2 Sun Prairie locations, and we're looking for individuals to join our team as assemblers, material handlers, order pickers, and machine operators. Chalk D Building Systems competitive pay starts at $22 per hour plus comprehensive benefits. 3 shifts are available with overtime potential, and you'll become part of our 100% employee-owned team. Make your next career move on the careers page at chalkd.com.
Senator Baldwin says I'm not from Wisconsin. But this was my childhood home. Graduated East High. Became a Badger in '86, where I've had my company for over 20 years.
And this is where we live. It's our family home.
I'm a 4th-generation Wisconsinite. It made me who I am. If Senator Baldwin's not going to be honest with you about where I'm from, what makes you think she'll be honest with you about anything? I'm Eric Hovde. and I approve this message.
Welcome to the Health Spa. We always knew that we wanted to grow, and we couldn't find the right location. When this spot appeared, like, gosh, if we can get this location secured.
We both approached Olivia at Tobacco Credit Union, and she walked us through the paperwork and the process in order to get this project started.
The best thing about working with Tobacco was they also showed us other available opportunities that could help us actually reduce our loan rate. So they are partners with us, and with the help of them, we've been able to create this beautiful space.
Here are 3 things to know about Juneteenth. Juneteenth commemorates the day, June 19, 1865, when a Union general informed slaves in Galveston, Texas of their emancipation from slavery. In 2021, President Joe Biden signed into law a bill declaring June 19th, also known as Juneteenth, a federal holiday. Juneteenth is celebrated nationwide, from parades and music festivals to pageants and barbecues. Let's all come together as a community to honor and celebrate Juneteenth. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
We're back at noon. Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report, returning to us on a Tuesday. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Josh. Yeah, just in time for more heat. So I thought I'd try to switch it up just a little bit. I know that my farmers are working so hard to try to take care of all the livestock that they're in charge of. Let's put a positive spin on the heat if we can. Ice cream. I'll tell you what, it was just the magnet they needed out in Washington, D.C. to get more than 1,000 elected representatives as well as their staff aides to come out of the Capitol building in their air conditioning and enjoy a little summertime sweetness down on the Union Square Park. They've got to move things away from the Capitol so it doesn't look like they're being bought off. And this way, what they got for their reward was a bowl of ice cream. They served more than 950 gallons of ice cream, more than 1,200 ice cream novelties, and 32 ice cream cakes during the event. It was part of the International Dairy Foods Association's 40th annual Capitol Hill Ice Cream Party, and it really is something that the elected officials and their staff talk about. They highlight some of the popular summer flavors. Vanilla, still America's favorite, but they also focused in on butter pecan, black cherry, and award-winning flavors, a brand new one that's coming out, Instagram. So those were some of the tastes that they enjoyed out at Washington, D.C.'s Capitol Hill for elected officials. When the heat is on especially, we consume a lot of ice cream. They are estimating that Americans eat about 20 pounds of ice cream each year. That's about 4 gallons total. The ice cream industry is important. It not only provides somewhere in the neighborhood of 27,000 dairy-related jobs, it also generates about $11.4 billion in U.S. sales for the economy. So like I said, if we got to find something positive about the heat, there it is. Again, like I mentioned, you not only have to be careful about yourself, your family, your friends, your employees, but our livestock, our dairy cows like it when it's about 50 degrees outside, so they're under extreme stress with the heat indexes that we're facing out there. Farmers are using a lot of technology to try to make sure they're monitoring individual animals, but it's still all about the people power that it takes to take care of those animals. Today, a softer day for dairy. Barrel cheese is down 6 at 194. 40-pound block cheese dropped 5.5 to 186. Double A butter today unchanged, $3.10 3/4 per pound. But I do want my dairy audience to realize that we've got another milk production report that's coming out on the 20th, and that may again reaffirm that we're just not producing as much milk in 2024 as we have previous years. We'll have to wait and see for the numbers, Josh. But at least as far as the numbers go with ice cream, it's a summertime favorite on a day like this for sure.
Oh, I need another excuse to go get myself an ice cream cone this afternoon. That sounds pretty good, Pam.
There you go, what I can do.
We're trying. All right, Pam, good to see you. Stay cool.
See you later.
Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. First for meteorologist Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio, and boy, those ice cream cones are melting quickly today, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of interesting. Actually, ice cream actually melts when it's more humid more than just the heat. It's actually the humidity that melts ice cream. Interesting little tidbit there. Anyway, if you're going to be grabbing an ice cream cone today, what a day to do it, because we got the heat that's going to be on. There is some relief coming our way, yes. We are talking about temperatures that'll be a bit cooler at this time tomorrow afternoon. We actually have a cold front right now sliding through the Dakotas. It's going to come through fairly uneventfully tomorrow morning, but you will notice the temperatures drop a little bit from what we're expecting today. So this will be the last really hot day, at least in the near term. And it is humid, though. We've got dew point temperatures well in the 70s. In fact, you go all the way into central northern parts of the state, dew points are in the 70s. But then you get into Fargo, North Dakota, they're starting to see some of that relief. We're not going to have dew points in the 50s anytime soon, but at least drop these dew points into the lower half of the 60s by tomorrow afternoon. So the heat index today with those dew points in the 70s, when you factor in the humidity and the actual temperature, likely to be hitting the mid, maybe even some upper 90s this afternoon. And even in through the evening hours, as that sun goes down, still the heat index in the 80s up until about 11 o'clock. That's why we do have the first warning alert day because of the hot temperatures today all of southern Wisconsin. And that will put that heat index up to a 95, maybe even into the upper 90s as we go into this afternoon, especially areas to the south and west. So this heat dome taking up much of the eastern half of the United States. Now we actually have just a really weak surface front that's coming through that I showed you on that surface map. That'll drop our temperature a little bit, at least tomorrow into Thursday, and then that front's going to come back as a warm front. We're going to get right back into that heat, it looks like, by Friday going into Saturday. And then another system comes in, and you're noticing the jet stream flattening out across the northern tier of the United States, so it won't be as hot going through the end of the weekend into early next week. Right now, all the rain up there in northern Minnesota. We've had a couple of storms firing up along a line into parts of Minnesota, but those have been fizzling. Any kind of shower and thunderstorm activity today, for the most part, is going to stay in northwestern Wisconsin, generally out of our area. Maybe north of La Crosse, up toward Eau Claire and Wausau could see a few showers and storms. Now, we will have chances of rain. I think our best chances will be coming tomorrow. Not going to rain all day, but we will have some scattered showers. And again on Thursday, kind of dwindling as we get into Friday and the upcoming weekend. But at least there will be some chances of some showers and storms. Temperatures near 90 today, so another blazing hot afternoon for us. You watch this line of storms as it rolls out of Minnesota and Iowa into western Wisconsin about 10, 11 o'clock. Probably not until after midnight in Madison. It'll come in a weakened state. And then we've got that really weak cool front coming through tomorrow morning. So I think temperatures to the north of Madison may not even get out of the 70s, while we should be hitting the low 80s, probably the mid 80s out ahead of that front going down there toward Janesville. Now, is any kind of rainfall out of this? We're not expecting a whole lot, maybe upwards of 1/4 of an inch. Temperatures right now 85 here in Madison, 84 in Janesville. It's 85 also in Mineral Point and across Dane County. We've got temperatures kind of all over the place, but generally in the 80s. All right, our first warm forecast, the alert day because of the heat today. We will see some showers roll in from the west later tonight, and that'll be with us through tomorrow. Temperatures in the 80s, lower 80s tomorrow, 84 on Thursday. Then we'll get a bump in that temperature by Friday and the weekend before some cooler weather, a little bit more refreshing weather by Sunday and the end of the beginning of next week.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Right now, efforts are underway to save one of the rarest cat species in the world. The Scottish wildcat is more endangered than the Asian tiger, but scientists are fighting to revive their numbers. Here's Ian Lee.
Don't be fooled by these cute kittens. These 4 felines are not cuddly, but they are key to saving the Scottish wildcat.
Just saw 4 little heads sitting on the top of the platform, and they quickly all hunkered down again once they saw me.
Also known as the Highland tiger, scientists believe roughly 300 are left, leaving the species critically endangered.
They are now so rare to see and so difficult to find that it's hard to actually pin a number on how many are left.
And unlike their domestic cousins, these cats avoid humans. So some scientists hope captive breeding programs across the UK can boost their numbers.
We've got a wildcat pair, and we suspected she was pregnant.
Today, wildcats call remote areas of the Scottish Highlands home, but once roamed across the entire island.
Basically just suffered a huge degree of habitat loss, and we've just driven them further and further up the country.
That makes these little fur balls cause for celebration.
It's just completely elated by it. It's lovely to see.
These scientists hope to copycat the process across the entire country, so more of the UK can see the Highland tiger roar. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
When we come back on News 3 Now at noon, Howard's working in the Mr. Food Test kitchen.
If you like fried chicken that has real crunch and lots of flavor, we have a few tips that will guarantee those results.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It doesn't make big headlines. There's no scandal, no conflict.
So you probably haven't heard about the Biden administration's work to lower costs, getting caps on the cost of medicine like insulin and inhalers at $35, and investing in American-made clean energy to lower power bills. If you don't know about it, join the club. It's not what the news is covering these days. But you can find out yourself how you can save some money.
Imagine having a Medicare Advantage plan that can help cover costs for dental services or even groceries. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is offering special benefits called Essential Extras, available for Medicare Advantage plan members. If you're new to Medicare, have Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible to enroll today. Unsure if you're eligible? Our licensed insurance agents can help. Just call the number on your screen today. Medicare Advantage plans cover everything in original Medicare Parts A and B while offering coverage for additional benefits. With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans, you could get no-cost essential extras you might not expect. These plans may include allowances for dental, vision, hearing, assistive devices, or even money for healthy groceries. That's not all, though. You could also get an allowance to help pay for utility costs like gas, electric, water, or sewer. It can even be used towards internet and cellular providers. Explore 2024 Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans with essential extras in your zip code by calling today. If you're new to Medicare, have Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible. Essential extras could even include transportation to plan-approved destinations. But you won't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. You have to call to see if you're eligible to enroll. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is proud to offer these special no-cost Medicare Advantage plan benefits that help provide comfort and convenience to make everyday life easier. Don't miss out. Call Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield today to explore 2024 Medicare Advantage plans with essential extras. If you're new to Medicare, on Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible.
Call 800-694-1143. 800-694-1143. That's 800-694-1143.
When it comes to making fried chicken, there are a few tricks that can take it from just okay to absolutely amazing. And today, we're sharing those tricks with you so you can enjoy award-winning fried chicken all summer long. The first thing you want to do is make sure your chicken is nice and plump. Then, place it in a large bowl of ice-cold salted water. This will help make the skin extra crispy. After soaking it for about 20 minutes, we dredge it in some seasoned flour before dunking it into a buttermilk bath. Another trick to making sure our coating is super crunchy is to use self-rising flour. That's our secret ingredient. Now the chicken goes back into the flour mixture one more time before it goes into some hot oil. And you want to make sure the oil is about 300 degrees, which is just the right temperature to make sure the chicken cooks through, but it's not too hot that the breading burns. Once the crust is golden and no pink remains, it's time to drain it on a cooling rack rather than paper towels. Does this look good or what? And whether you eat it hot or cold, I know you'll be going back for seconds and even thirds. So to indulge in this classic comfort food, why not go online and get the recipe for our classic fried chicken? I know you won't be disappointed. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a crispy, crunchy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.